Heya, this is Pokeball 35. This is an emergency. So, like, a week or two ago, whenever I uploaded the reaction video to the Chill Season trailer for Splatoon 3, it came out, I talked about it, and I said it was really underwhelming because we were only getting, like, 7 to 8 weapon kits, and there was, like, nothing else shown other than what was there. And then, like, a few days later, we started to get updates on the Splatoon Twitter account, and they showed off, like, the Splat color screen, but then they randomly announced a new Snipe Rider, right? And the new Snipe Rider just came out of nowhere, was not in the trailer at all, was never shown off whatsoever. It comes with, what was it? It comes with Inkstorm, and Splash Wall, so you can wall people out, and the Inkstorm combos well with the Snipe Rider itself. So it's like, oh cool, we're getting, like, a surprise new weapon in the thing. And then they just announced, like, other stuff. We had the Splatfest happen, and then they, you know, showed off the Splat color screen and how it works. And like I had said in the reaction video, in the game files for the last update, the last major season update, there was 2 specials in the game files. One of them was called Chimney, which turned out to be Splat color screen, and it's the big smoke screen. All the stuff in the data files were mined here. It's the Splat color screen. It moves forward, and it negates people from having stuff, and they showed it off, and then there were some other things that happened. Then we got information on the other kits, which is not the important part right now. Just all the other kits and stuff, and we got other info. The frickin' Reflux ended up getting Splash Wall and Reef Slider, which is like the worst kit that has ever been conceived. But then they followed it up with the S-Blast kit with Burst Bomb, Booyah Bomb. I was like, oh, that's kind of dope. I like that. They announced the big run date. And yesterday we got info on the new Splatana Stamper. We finally got info that this is the 5th Crab Tank weapon, Toxic Mist Crab Tank. I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. And then as of 10 minutes ago, out of goddamn nowhere, they added the fucking JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Muda Muda Punch to the game. So the other thing that was data mined in the game files from the last update, the second special, was not shown in the trailer. It was codenamed Pogo, but in the Deep Cut Amiibo update, right before the Splatfest happened, some of that data got translated, and people translated it, and it fit right between Tri-Strike and Trizuka in the game files. And when people translated it, it translated pretty much to triple splashdown. Right? Triple splashdown. We didn't want splashdown back. It's one of the worst specials in all of Splatoon history. And then they only had it in the single player for Splatoon 3 because that's really all where it was used. But out of goddamn nowhere, I'm looking for the kit update. We were going to get the kits for the N-Parry Dualies and the Custom Blaster today because those are the only 2 weapons we had left, and then all of a sudden it's this! And they show gameplay footage of Robo Ramen and Bluefin Depot. So the thing here, N-Parry Dualies has Curling Bomb, and you get to see some footage on Robo Ramen here. And out of nowhere, what it uses is Splashdown. Triple Splashdown. Right? So, you now Splashdown, but you have 2 giant fists that also slam the ground at the same time as you slam the ground. So, you literally have 3 splashdowns. They show, it covers a massive area, right? It is massive. The thing of note here also is that they show Bluefin Depot for tower control. They do have the tower path in the middle. In Splatoon 1, this tower used to be just above the water. They fixed it. I also really like with Bluefin Depot, they have one path going one way and one path going the other way. In Splatoon 1, they just had one of these things going one direction. So, like, it was impossible to get to the other side. But You can splashdown jump with this, which was like the best part of the entirety of Splashdown, is that you could splashdown jump with this. So you see how massive of an area this is. And then they have the splat color screen going over there. But to take note of this, Bluefin Depot. For anyone who had not played Splatoon 1, the way Bluefin Depot worked is, for Splat Zone specifically, Bluefin Depot had it was like a weird it was a symmetrical stage, but there was 2 mids. So every time you play Bluefin Depot, the Splat Zone would randomly randomize to either the right side of the stage or the left side of the stage, and it was just one zone. They put a massive zone in the middle of Bluefin Depot, and it moves back and forth between both sides, which is like kind of a cool gimmick to have here. And they splash down the zone and it hits a wide area, but take a look at this. They're playing Clan Blitz here, right? Oh, there's a Splatana Stamper here. He's gonna Shard Slash me. I'm gonna panic Splashdown. Oh, I died in Splashdown. Oops. Actually, the fists are still here, and they fist everybody to death. Right? So they fixed it. They made Splashdown 2, which is actually Splashdown 3. They fixed it. They waited this long to put it in the game, but they fixed it. And it's hilarious. Because now, what you have to do, they show in the following clip, is someone is splashdowning here, and you have to decide whether to shoot the person out of the sky, or shoot the fists. Or you have to, like, work together to take out the whole thing before they crash back down before you die. This thing is gonna be a problem. Because in early Splatoon 2, Splashdown was OP because of the weird net code. It was impossible to shoot people out of it. But then as the game improved, it made it really easy to shoot people out of it. So all I would do, I mained 96 Deco as one of my weapons in Splatoon 2. I still play it in this game, and I played it in the first game because I just like 96 gal. But 96 Deco, the whole plan was that I wore 1 main 2 subs of Special Saver to negate the Splashdown, because I would just die in Splashdown. But if I have that, because of the way Splashdown worked, is that if you died in Splashdown, you would save your special, and Special Saver saved it more. So I would just literally instantly respawn, shoot like 1 bullet, have my Splashdown back, and then jump in and Splashdown jump. But what's happening here, let me refresh, is Custom Blaster is Point Sensor Fist Down, is what I'm calling it. We don't have an official English name yet. I'm calling it Fist Down. So Custom Blaster, Point Sensor, Fist Down, End Parry, Splat Dualies, Curling Bomb, Fist Down. And I'm like, alright, I'm kinda down. You can go in deep into people's territory and just destroy them in a massive area. And then there's Blaster, which you already know if you're a viewer of mine, you know how much I love Blaster. Blaster is like my favorite weapon of the game right now because of the opening Gambit buff that happened like 9 months ago or 6 to 9 months ago or whatever. I've just been nonstop playing opening Gambit Blaster for such a long time because I just go in and I kill, and then the opening Gambit just continues throughout the whole match if I'm playing it correctly. And this one, with Point Sensor, if I'm throwing point sensors and shooting people help with my assists, I am keeping the opening Gambit for the whole goddamn game, and I always have quick super jumps, so I'm always jumping in and doing stuff, and it's perfect. It just hit me just now as I was saying that since I wear 9 subs of quick super jump on this Clown Blaster build, I'm just gonna be able to just get the fist out and jump in and just kill everybody. So they made my favorite weapon in the game my new favorite weapon of the game, and I already thought freaking Blah Blah Burdecca with the previous update was one of my favorites. I mean, it is. I love it a lot. That's pretty much what I played the most this past season. But goddamn, why was this not in the trailer? Like, I was genuinely disappointed from the trailer because I was like, oh cool, new trailer just dropped. Oh, they only showed 8 new weapons. We'll have to see the kits on them. Robo Ramen looks pretty cool. Bluefin Depot looks pretty cool. And they showed like 2 seconds of Barnacle and Dime Big Run. There was no new Salmon Run stage, nothing. It was just like, okay, is this all we're getting? Like 8 weapons? So we're actually getting 9 weapons with the introduction of the Snipe Rider, which they just randomly announced. And they're adding 2 new specials to the game. Like I said in the first video, I was not a huge fan of them adding 2 new specials to the game, or new specials to the game in general, because Splatoon 3 already has a fuck ton of specials. More than Splatoon 2 at launch, and then they added Super Chump and Kraken 6 months in. And now like, that update, there was only 2 of each. What's happening here is that we're also only getting 2 of each. We're getting Undercover Brilla and Foil Squeezer with Splat Color Screen, and we're getting Custom Blaster and End Parry Dualies with Fist Down. So it's like, how are you balancing all of this? I went and looked in Splatoon 3. I don't have it open right now, but I went and looked in Splatoon 3 the other day, and I was like taking a look at like how many specials each weapon has, and most weapons in the game have like 6 of a special. Like there's like, I think like 6 vacuum weapons, and like 6 or 7 Trizuka weapons, and like 6 big bubbler weapons and stuff like that. I think what they're gonna try and do is at least have 6 weapons in the game with each of the specials. So eventually we will get stuff like this. We will get this. There's another like 12 or something weapons, 12 or 14 weapons in the game that don't have a second kit yet. So we're probably, in the next 2 seasons, still going to drip feed us with other weapons. We're going to get, like, maybe, like, 7 weapons next season, plus 2 new ones being a new dually weapon and a new Brella weapon, and then the season after that, we'll get the other weapons we were missing, plus the new Brella, plus the new Stringer and Splatana class weapons. That is my theory, and all of this, in the end, will have at least 6 of each special on weapons in the game, and then whatever the hell they're gonna try and do with third kits, or like, cause like they're waiting such a long time to add third kits to the game. Like, we still don't have like a second Squiffer or Bamboozler. I'm glad we got a Charger at least, but why did it have to be Snipe Rider? I know Snipe Rider was like mid at first, and then it got better. It's one of the better Chargers right now for tactical stuff, but like, they added a brand new S-Blast 92 and Snipe Rider into the game when they already had their first kits in the game in updates, but we still don't have like a second Bamboozler, a second Squiffer, the second E-Leader. All of those need their second kits. Custom Hydra Splatling is the only Splatling that we don't have. There's still one more shooter eventually, which is 52 Deco, and like Custom Explosher and stuff like that. Like, I don't know what they're gonna do. We don't know what's gonna happen another 3 months from now, but they made this season actually exciting. Like, I had recorded a reaction when Kraken and Super Chump were first announced, because they didn't even have a trailer. They just had a Twitter post about it. And I recorded a reaction and I never posted it, but I was like literally crying when I saw that Kraken was coming back, because it's like, oh my god, that's literally the one special in the entirety of Splatoon that I wanted back, and they've reworked it and made it a lot cooler. With the charge thing, and made it less overpowered and stuff. And I was like, oh great, that's awesome. And now Blah Blah Burdeco has Angle Shooter, which is my favorite sub-weapon after they buffed it like 6 times over the course of the last year. Because Angle Shooter's just funny, and it has Kraken, and I love Blah Blobbers, so it's like, there you go. And 96 Deco had already had it, and I was like, okay, cool. Super Chump I'm still not a big fan of, but I'm glad it's on Clash Blaster Neo, which I don't play as much anymore. But they added Splat Color Screen, which is going to be a big nerf to long-range weapons, and short-range things that try and be aggressive, like Ink Brush or like Sploosh-O-Matic, like trying to swoosh on in. That's going to stop them in their tracks. And then we just have, like, this monstrosity, you know? Like, then we just have that. So, that's the video. Genuine reactions to all of this, and now I'm very excited. Please stay tuned. for another 2 days from now, when the season update drops. It's gonna be dropping Thursday, the 30th of November at 7 p.m. Eastern, because it counts toward December 1st for the following day for like Japan and stuff. So 7 p.m. Eastern on Thursday, I will be live with Splatoon 3, and I'll be live with Splatoon 3 for the following 3 days afterward for more of the new update and the Barnacle and Dime Big Run. If you want to see me play that, and you can play with me, I will be probably doing some Anarchy Open games. I just hit S+50 for the first time, so I don't really have much of a use for Anarchy Series now, because I have nothing to achieve in Anarchy Series, so I will probably be playing more Anarchy Open. If you want to play with me, come by the streams, join when I'm streaming the Big Run. You can come play Big Run with me, do all that stuff. Thank you very much for watching. This was not streamed, but if it were to be, it would be streamed at twitch.tv/Pokeball35, link in the description down below. If you're not already subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do so, because I do have a lot to offer, including a lot of Splatoon 3 highlights, and other things on the channel. Like, I just recently uploaded a video of me hitting S+50 for the very first time in Splatoon 3, so go check that out, etc., etc. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you in whatever comes next.